Number one, trying to contact the dead through mediums, rituals, or
Now, I've always believed this before I became awakened, that you shouldn't contact the dead at all. Like if your mother or father or sister or brother passed away, that you shouldn't contact them because they are dead. They know nothing, so you shouldn't do any rituals to try to contact them. But when I became spiritually awakened, I realized that, number one, we living in this dimension, we are already dead. We are dead right now. We have to die to get here in this dimension. Everybody that is alive on this earth are currently dead. We are dead in consciousness. This is why we have to be awakened, to awake out of the program, out of the system, in order to awake from the system. Because as long as you in the system, you are dead in it. So if I die right now, right, I am no longer dead in the system anymore. My spirit and soul is now free. So I am completely alive now. Because when you die, you get reborn, right? And I'm saying I had to take some real deep inner thoughts about that. Like, wait a minute. If I had to die to get here and I am already dead, and if I die, that means my spirit and my soul is now alive. So why cannot contact the soul of that person? Because that person knows what I don't know, because that person is no longer in the system anymore. That person is no longer in the program anymore. So why is it a sin for me to contact the dead, for they know nothing, when I am currently dead living on this earth, because I am in a program and I don't know nothing, because technically I am dead. But what I do believe is, this is what I do believe though. What I do believe is that when you die and you see your family members and they look the same exact way that they did on earth, they're not your real family members. Because if your mother died right now, once she get reborn, she is not going to have the same body. She's not going to have the same name. So the devil has a way to lure you back into the alternate reality by, when you die, he put familiar people in your face, so that case you can come back. Like, for instance, if you lost your mother, for as long as you live, you're going to want to die so you can be reunited with your mother. So then when you finally die and you see your mother, you see the same woman that was on earth with you. I believe that that is demonic. I believe that that is the devil's way of getting you to see a familiar face, because you love your mother, you trust your mother. So the devil has a way of using familiar spirits, familiar people, to lure you back into the system. I do believe that. But at the same time, just because you see that image of your mother, that doesn't mean that it's a soul in your mother. That doesn't mean it's a spirit in your mother. That is just a figure that you see. And inside of that figure that you see that looks like your mother can be a demonic spirit that looks like your mother. But the soul of your mother is in another body. The spirit of your mother is in another body. This is why we are not living on this earth, living in this dimension, living in this realm. We are not really with our soul family. The family that you now have is not really your family. It's just the people that was chosen to be with you through this journey, through this experience. But the family that you have is not really your soul family. They are not really your family. It's just that it's different people that was chosen to be a part of your family to help you evolve, and you were there to help them evolve. So it's like y'all are helping each other. But everybody in your family, your mother, your father, your sister, and your brother, they all have different soul families and soul tribes that they belongs to. It's just that y'all have came together to help elevate each other, whether it's good or it's bad. Now, I do believe that the demonic spirit uses familiar people to lure you in to get back into the system where you came from. But if your mother was to die right now, that soul and that spirit is no longer in your mother anymore, because the body is dead. It is now going to be transferred into another body if that's where it chooses to be. But if you die right now and you see your mother right there, and that's the same woman that you saw on earth, that is basically a demonic spirit trying to lure you in, because it knows that familiar spirit, that familiar person, you trust that person and you love that person. This is why we really got to understand what death is. We really got to understand it, because now that I have awakened in spirituality, I have really learned what death is and the concept of death. This is why now when people die, I don't really take it the way that I used to take. And I feel like that death is nothing but an illusion. And we are all dead. We all had to die to get here. So technically we are all dead. So if the Bible is telling you don't speak to the dead, then that basically means do not speak to each other. Because we are all dead. We all had to die to get here. So if I sit here and talk to you, you are dead with me. So why should I listen to you and you are dead and I am dead? So that means I am going to have to go to a spirit that is fully alive. And if your mother is dead, your mother could be fully alive. So when you try to contact your mother, you're not contacting your mother, you are contacting the soul of your mother. And I truly believe the reason why in Christianity and religion, they don't want you to contact the dead, because the dead can actually tell you the truth. Because right now, we don't know the truth. We only know what the Bible tells us. We only know what the gods tell us. We only know what the church tells us. We really don't know the truth, because we all knew the truth. We will all know that we are in a program. We will all know that we are in a simulation. We will all know that we are all dead. We will all know that we are in the astral projection. We will all know that we are in a dream. We will all know these things. And if we all was fully aware and knew these things, we would be aware that we are the dead ones. We are the ones that's really dead. We don't know nothing. And in the Bible, they tell you the dead know nothing. We don't know nothing. The only thing that we know is what we was taught from birth. We don't know nothing. So technically, we don't listen to ourselves because we are dead. But our soul and our spirit knows all things. This is why in this dimension, they want you to not get to know yourself, to not spiritually get to know yourself, because your soul and your spirit knows all things. So this is why we have been lied to so deeply, until the lie is the greatest truth, and the greatest truth is the biggest lie. So this is why a lot of us, we are so distilled in the lie until the lie goes deep within our DNA. So I feel like that if you are trying to awaken, you know, it's a very hard pill to swallow, and a lot of people is not going to be able to awaken, because when you really want to awaken, you really have to really unlearn everything. And then a lot of the things that you have learned throughout your life, these are the things that you live by. These are the things that you would die for. So, and if you really want to truly awake, you got to have a real open mind. Because if you don't have an open mind, it's going to be very hard for you to awaken. Because if you are really narrow-minded, or you are stuck, or you was heavily indoctrinated, it's going to be very hard. I think this is why a lot of people were chosen and a lot of people wasn't chosen. And I truly believe that it was a lot of people that was chosen to awake, but they not consciously ready to go through that type of transition. So it's very deep, and I wish that everybody on earth could be awake.